Currently Kirkland, your source for city news and events in the community. With Erica Sanford at the news desk, stay up to date with weekly news reports on what's happening in Kirkland. Now, here's Erica.
Welcome to Currently Kirkland, where every week you can engage with your community by discovering the latest developments in, around, and about your city. I'm Erica Sanford. Steve Hale was only 5'7", but his legacy is big, and Kirkland sports are still benefiting from the 25 years worth of contributions he made to the Kirkland community. One of those contributions was his model of sportsmanship. Steve believed every player who worked with the team should play with the team.
Well, he was a man who wanted everybody to play and everybody to have fun and to learn to be a good sport, but if you didn't know how, to learn to be a good sport and to be, he taught skills, and that's fine, but he wanted them to learn to be good people. Mostly.
Last week, the coaches of Kirkland's Youth Basketball League honored 42 players with the Steve Hale Sportsmanship Award for their hustle, teamwork, self-development, and of course, sportsmanship.
I actually think he would be very pleased if he was somehow contributing to kids who are good sports, and it's a way of thanking them for their good work, but also encouraging them to think, I'll be a good kid. I am a good kid. I'm going to grow up and I'm going to be a good man.
Steve Hale died more than 2 years ago, but he filled his life with basketball and community service. At the University of Washington, he was a guard. In the Marine Corps, he was a crack shot during the Second World War.
He was an expert shot, either hand, either eye. So the Marines absolutely loved him and said, you're going down to the range and teach how to shoot, and he did that.
In Kirkland, he was one of the city's first park superintendents, and in that role, Hale created the Small Fry Basketball League. That program has 10 teams and 70 little athletes today. Even after he retired from a 6-year career as the city's park superintendent, Hale continued to contribute to community sports in Kirkland. He organized clinics for referees and umpires, he served as a timer and scorekeeper for basketball games, and he often brought the games to his own home.
They'd come over and borrow a mitt or a bat or something. We didn't mind, right? And we were kind of like the closet, right? And
Steve Hale left behind some big shoes to fill, but thanks to the Steve Hale Sportsmanship Award, he now has 42 youngsters who can fill them. 150 students from Kirkland's junior high and high schools gathered at Bastyr University for this year's Kirkland Youth Summit to make an impact, as this year's summit theme reflects. The summit is put together by the Kirkland Youth Council.
Way back in September, we started brainstorming what ideas we thought were important to teenagers, what we thought people needed to learn more about.
Discussions were led by KYC members around the transition of Lake Washington School District middle school students into high schools.
Next year, the Lake Washington School District is switching to a 9 through 12 system, so there are a lot of changes going on within the school, and I really wanted this summit to be about creating connections and communicating and open up those alleyways for communication. So we had a morning session that clarified all the situations with the schools, got feedback, opening that conversation up so that we got some response from students who are in these schools.
Seniors discussed how effective the district has been in achieving its motto of every student future ready. From the group discussions, students broke out into 4 sessions. In the digital footprint session, students were asked to take a look at their online selves and how it will impact their future.
I think that you just need to be aware of the way that you're representing yourself. Because sometimes, you'd overlook it, and it's not that big of a deal, but to other people it is a really big deal.
College coaches talked and walked students through the college application process and financing.
What would you guess percentage-wise your chance might be of getting into Johns Hopkins? Yeah?
50%.
50%. Anybody else have another idea about that? So John Hopkins has an 18% admit rate. So of all those people, all the people that apply, out of every 100 perfect, fabulous kids with so much to offer, they give 18 students an admission.
DECA students from Inglemoor High School presented Marketing Madness and offered a job, resume, and interview tips.
In my opinion, for almost any job I would interview for, I usually would just dress business casual at the least, at the bare minimum, just because it can't hurt to dress business casual, but it could hurt to dress just regular clothes. So that's just in my opinion.
And you can also ask people who might have applied for the job already, because for a lifeguard, I don't know if when you were applying, you don't want to wear like a suit to go apply for that kind of job.
Yeah.
I'm a people person. I'm good at making friends, I guess. I'm good at making people cooperate. So a management position, a supervisor position, those are all kinds of things that I've experienced in.
I have done some audition processes before, but I've never really taken on the challenge of making a resume. So looking over that was good for me, definitely, and I wrote that as my favorite part of the class.
City Manager Kurt Triplett shared insight on how teens can become involved in their city government.
Politics. There's a lot of conversations among yourselves. That conversation doesn't come to the city or to the county or to the state or to the nation as much. So I would encourage you, as you're looking at issues like this, is not just take advantage of what you're being asked to do, but actually communicate to your senators or your state representatives or the president about how you feel about it, whether you're for it or against it.
I thought it was really good. I liked it because we had an opportunity to talk about stuff that matters to us in the community instead of just whatever the presenter wanted to say. So he let us incorporate our opinions on stuff that will affect us this summer and even next year.
It's fun. It's actually a little bit better than I expected. It's more engaging. It's more entertaining, I guess.
Yeah, it gave me some good information.
Okay, well, the Kirkland Youth Council is a group of about 40 teenagers representing all grades and all schools within Kirkland. We hope to create a voice for our peers and represent our schools as well as our teens in city matters, school matters, and other youth matters.
Teens who are interested in joining the Kirkland Youth Council can call 425-587-3323. The weekend of April 14th and 15th brings two special events. On Saturday, April 14th, Kirkland City Council members invite the public to join them at the dedication ceremony of the Cross Kirkland Corridor, the 5.75-mile segment of the East Side Rail Corridor that the city now owns. The council will host two sign unveilings starting at 10 a.m. Council members will be at the north end of the corridor at Slater Avenue Northeast and 132nd Avenue Northeast to unveil a welcome sign, and then do the same thing at 10:30 a.m. at the south end at 108th Avenue Northeast, just north of the South Kirkland Park and Ride. A reception will be held at Google in the outdoor courtyard at 747 6th Street South. For more information, visit www.kirklandwa.gov/Cross-Kirkland Corridor. If a pirate's life is for you, then you won't want to miss the Captain Jack's 8K Treasure Run on Sunday, April 15th. Runners will set their mark at Juanita Beach Park, head north to Northeast 124th Street, and run the plank east until setting course south through the Totem Lake area. The chase continues along Northeast 106th Street and Forbes Creek Drive, and runners will come about to Juanita Beach Park to rest their sea legs. The Treasure Run is expected to draw over 500 runners. Commuters should expect traffic delays along the course. For event information, visit www.explorekirkland.com. Remember, you can access any episode of Currently Kirkland on demand on the city's website, on your mobile devices, and on YouTube. We'd also love to hear from you. If you have any news tips, suggestions, or comments, please send them to kirklandtv@kirklandwa.gov. Thanks for watching Currently Kirkland. We'll see you next week.